Thank you for visiting the CoinSeries channel again. Isn't it remarkable that it's been 3 years? Time appears to slip away when you're having a good time. Finally, after 3 years of ruining everyone's Christmas, the SEC sued Ripple, attacking all XRP holders on the entire earth. Being an XRP holding right now is the worst possible experience. There is absolutely nothing correlation between the cryptocurrency, regular XRP, price volatility, or its usefulness, and the most trying few days of my life as an XRP holder. The SEC assault sowed seeds of mistrust and fear, which led to this outcome. Because at first, it was hard to tell how much the SEC might have been right or wrong. Somehow, I'd always thought they were wrong. Obviously, my understanding of it and the grounds for their error has greatly expanded over the past 3 years. Because it was the most momentous thing that might have happened, I still can't believe I staked the most money on XRP. I agree, that's it. That one big cap is what the SEC is aiming for. Is it true that you truly believe I'm insane? It would surprise me if the majority of you don't agree with me, given how long you've been here. Truly, that is ridiculous. Totally fine with me. Also, you might be interested in seeing my latest video, where I talk about the ultimate blow-off top of the market cycle and how the volumes will be even more absurd than the price. However, only the other day, Brad Garland went on a social media rampage attacking Kim Jong-un's. That being said, I would want to pass along his remarks to you. Furthermore, this story from Axios. From NFTs to XRP, these are the cryptocurrencies that will be most discussed in 2023. Additionally, this one is top-notch. Before I begin, let me clarify that I do not hail from any kind of financially secure family. Money is irrelevant to my guidance. Plus, you shouldn't listen to me if you want to make a sale or buy something. As a hobby and for fun, I enjoy making videos on cryptocurrencies on YouTube. I'm simply an enthusiast. I see. So, what gave rise to this entire ordeal? There is explicit content that Kim Gensler has shared on social media. He did it again, typing some total and utter gibberish. I don't know whether he's actually typing anything with those goofy tiny fingers. Though I am not entirely convinced. Another possibility is that you already are. I mean, the amount of animosity directed towards this man is immense, desert, obviously, but I truly think he would weep each and every night. The fact that it is his entry or writing is what is important. Non-compliance is common in the cryptocurrency industry. Trust is eroded when many people are hurt. As a result, they must endure the bankruptcy court's lengthy wait times. The actors competing in good faith may also find this to be an obstacle. Therefore, you can be sending a message of disapproval just by looking at this. It seems offensive at first. It appears as though a rescuer were to accompany Kim Jong-un on his arrival today. Is anyone aware of the presence of any humans? Since Kim Jong-Gensler's deeds, nobody has ever felt secure in the cryptocurrency world. It is not, as far as I can tell. Something you might not know about unless you're on X is amazing about X, and I truly enjoy this. Community notes are a thing that do exist. Saying anything completely false could lead to a great deal of criticism on social media X. Also, feel free to leave a comment on the article if you so like. Contesting the assertions in an effort to gain a clearer picture of the issue. To start, the code they used is open source, so while it may have a few bugs, I still like the way this feature works. Because of this, its inner workings are plainly visible. It is totally transparent. In addition, the platform as a whole clearly uses it very well. On top of that, Elon Musk has reportedly said that this is a need for a post to be formally community noted. The parties involved, who would normally argue, need to compromise and admit, yeah, actually, what you wrote there was wrong. This is the correct thing to do, followed by the community's feedback. Well, that's really ambitious. Here we are assuming that a group of people who normally dispute can agree on this one. There's a good chance it's real, but it's far from certain. Plus, there have been some awful community notes, but, if you determine which ones are wrong, you often only see them for a brief while, so they are still pleasant. Nevertheless, He rightfully attracted the attention of the community in this regard. For quite some time, both Redditors and crypto companies, such as Coinbase, a public company whose listing the SEC supervised, have been requesting explanations about the SEC's compliance advice. The SEC has avoided taking a statement in favor of regulation based on enforcement. This article from Reuters was one of the links they provided. Despite the US SEC's rejection of new cryptocurrency laws a week ago, I will only read the key parts and skip the rest. The USA. The Securities and Exchange Commission rejected Coinbase's appeal on Friday. The nation's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Global, wants to take the government to court after it sought stricter restrictions for the digital assets market. Coinbase argued that current regulations do not apply to the cryptocurrency industry, but the 5-person panel disagreed and opted not to suggest new legislation by a vote of 3-2. In response to the SEC's decision, Coinbase said that it had filed an appeal with the court. Hence, it's obvious that this is correct. Kim Jong-un and the other SEC dweebs have made their stance known in the crypto realm. It is demeaning and flawed, and it becomes even more absurd when one considers the deeds that Gensler has committed in the past. In addition, after Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse made an accusation, Garlinghouse reprinted an article by Gary Gensler, who was impersonating. So, I guess it's just a post. The term tweet is no longer used to describe these. He relayed Gary's findings. This person's startling hypocrisy is laid bare in their account. The biggest con in recent history was embraced by Brad Garlinghouse. Gensler has become a political liability due to his support for Wall Street, which has devastated consumers and damaged the credibility of the SEC. Absolutely correct. This short video that Brad Garland published on YouTube completely demolishes Gensler. I assure you, I will not play it. Note so, while he was building his money, or more accurately, his enormous fortune, on Wall Street, I agree with Buddy Enos that he has kept his bond with Wall Street alive while serving as chair of the SEC. What is his first order of business upon formally becoming chair of the SEC? Naturally, we are all aware that he assaults. We were protected from Kim Kardashian, weren't we? Can you remember every detail of that? His intended destination was unclear. The video shows him meeting with SPF, and at one point the two of them say the word freedom while the camera freezes over them. In March of 2022, SPF October 2021 is met with gins. The Ponzi scam that was there in front of his nose managed to slip past his radar, unfortunately. Nevertheless, he averted Kim Kardashian's fury from us. I am writing to you, you oaf. Consequently, it's completely absurd. The silver lining, though, is that we were always aware that we were on the side of righteousness throughout history, were we not? At long last, the time has arrived. Additionally, we have had our stance confirmed. This article from Axios covers all the major crypto stories of 2023, including NFTs and XRP. Furthermore, I will omit the most of it. But since we are approaching the 3-year anniversary of its descent, I felt it would be a fitting subject to discuss. They set out with this enormous list. From my point of view, only the top 10. But nevertheless, I've compiled a list of the top 10 crypto-related events so far. To them, the most important thing is the decision that XRP is not a security. It is just breathtaking. Knowing the result 3 years ago would have been convenient. That, without a doubt, would have been fantastic. My view on life was optimistic. I can't say for sure, but the ruling could have been disastrous. Axios, however, stated the following: it was again decided that XRP was not a security. The year's biggest surprise is still a mystery to the majority of people. Despite this, there was some misconduct in the initial issuance of Ripple Labs' XRP cryptocurrency, according to the court. This little detail will be ignored by history. That is correct. Plus, as mentioned time and time again by Attorney Deaton and others, even though it's a split decision in theory? How does 90-10 compare? Vote on the matter because, come on, the legitimacy of XRP is paramount. That was the whole total of all that mattered. That's it. We have won by a significant margin, whereas the SEC has lost badly. One massive one is generated by XRP. Because, well, it's just a footnote in history, everyone will ignore the rest of it. That seems about right to me. The subsequent documentation focused on what was actually significant. U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres ruled that the asset is no longer considered a security. This was the biggest defeat for SEC Chair Gensler so far, considering the biggest legal obstacle confronting digital assets. It all comes down to how the government labels these securities before they can trade freely in the U.S. marketplace. Despite how unlikely it seems, they are cognizant of the fact that it may be turned around in theory. Thus, in principle, it is possible for something unusual to happen. It is quite unlikely, in my opinion, that that will ever happen. Because the SEC has already said it will not appeal the decision regarding XRP's legal status, this development would have no impact even if it materialized. Like an open house, in my mind, once it's over, it's over. What do you believe would happen if it made it to the Supreme Court, though, even if it were amenable to litigation? Thus, the idea is absurd, and I really doubt they required it. The part about how it may be potentially reversed is the one I just. But the SEC has already said they won't contest it, so it's scarcely worth thinking about because the chances of that happening are so minimal. I know about 75,000 people who helped make it number one, John Deaton said, and Attorney Deaton took part in the story's dissemination on X with his crypto group. Yes, I do think that. XRP's meteoric rise to prominence this year was made possible by 75,000 individuals. Today is better than Christmas 2020, everyone. In comparison, this is far better. Therefore, relish it. Bull season has arrived. The time for bull games has finally arrived. Therefore, relish this. The price of XRP has never been higher than it is right now. At this very moment, holding XRP is the most rewarding experience of my life. Because I am in a strong position and know that the new choice will come to fruition at some future moment that is yet to be determined. Additionally, XRP is about to embark on its price discovery trek. Of course, I could be totally wrong and it could end up at zero, but I don't see that happening very soon. As a result, it's all up to chance. I am not a financial advisor, so please do not put your money where my mouth is. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye for now.